YouTube, how we doing? Lose Money Professionally, Josh, your boy's here. Another trading day, another day with no trades. Took it pretty chill today. I was itching to take a trade, honestly, and I really had to look at myself. I had to look inside at myself and recognize why I was itching to take a trade, and that is because I want to make money. I want to get out of this job. I want to get to financial freedom, just like most of us want to. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you want to get out of financial or step into a life of financial freedom exactly how I want to. And the thing is, I didn't have to disregard that feeling, but I had to become aware of it and check that feeling and not let it affect my trading for the day. And that's what I did. So I'm proud of myself for doing that, but it's just another day. This trading day was very boring, and like most traders, I'm sure, getting in the game, getting in that action, it feels good. It feels good to be in the market because you have that prospect of making money. When staying off the charts is pretty boring because you're not doing anything. You're just on your hands and you feel like you're taking steps back. I know myself personally, whenever I'm really taking strides by staying out of the market because my strategy doesn't look employable, I feel like I'm taking a step backwards because nothing's happening. And that's the paradox of things. As I spoke about in my last video, less is more, doing less is more, and that can pertain to taking less trades, of course. And there's so many different aspects of trading that we can apply the less is more approach to. And we did it today, but it was boring, man. It was so boring. I was itching to take a trade. But I just had to keep saying to myself, this will pass, this feeling will pass, and it's about the bottom line at the end of the year. It's about the bottom line after an abundance of trades, after 100 trades. So what I want to touch back base on is the topic of trading being boring, keeping my trading boring. And in my trading, I've realized that whenever I'm more even in emotion and my trading is quote unquote boring, then my equity curve looks better. It's more stable and it's more viable, rather than whenever I'm letting my emotions get the best of me, and not even just letting my emotions get the best of me, but just excited whenever I'm high whenever I win trades and low whenever I lose trades. That's when I start to see fluctuations in my P&L, and that's whenever I see that I can go on tilt. I have a greater chance of going on tilt whenever my heart's in every single trade, instead of having my mind in my strategy, my mind focused on the bottom line, my mind focused on the process of trading. That is when I begin to see consistency in my P&L. So I have to keep my trading boring, and that is such a tough thing for me because I wouldn't say I'm an action junkie, but I like action. Who doesn't like action? But as many traders talk about, trading is a paradox, and it is not supposed to be fun. It's a business. It is a business. Although making money seems that it is fun because of the byproduct of making the money, of what we can do with the money we make. But in order to make the money consistently, I know that I have to approach this business very professionally, and professionalism is not always fun. So I honestly feel like I took some strides today in my trading regarding my mentality in employing my strategy. And I'm very proud about that. It's just another day, but it was stacking another day on top of yesterday. We did the same yesterday. We stayed out of the market when our strategy did not present itself. So although I almost got into some shorts in the futures market because they looked enticing, I decided that I'm just going to forward test the shorts for about a few months or maybe even a year, just to see how the shorts will work out in my strategy. So we're gonna stick to that, and we're just gonna continue going long on the futures. And we stayed out of the market today in the futures market because we didn't see the daily cycle that looked like a bullish day. In the Forex market, we didn't get any draws on liquidity of our Asian range, our Asian low. So that's one thing that I look for. I look for a draw on liquidity of the Asia low, and I want to see price trading above that Asia low, essentially. or right at it, right after a liquidity grab. And we didn't see that today in the futures or Forex market. So we stood out of the market. We stayed out of the market. And I keep saying that just because I want to have that in my brain. I want to keep retelling myself that I stayed out of the market and that it's possible for me to stay out of the market consistently whenever my strategy is not there. Because what point is there of me being in the market whenever I'm not supposed to be? It's just a greater chance of losing money. And if I'm truly going to lose money professionally, then I should only be in the market whenever I'm supposed to be in the market. 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Jesse Livermore was a very successful trader in the early 1900s, and I've learned a lot from his story and drawn a lot of knowledge and inspiration from the stories that he left behind to tell about his days trading the stock market. I have a quote from him that really spoke to me regarding being patient and the art of patience and how important patience is in trading. Patience, doing less, and seeing the money stack after as a byproduct. After spending many years in Wall Street and after making and losing millions of dollars, I want to tell you this. It was never my thinking that made the big money for me. It was always my sitting, got that? My sitting tight. I mean, how powerful is that? A guy that made billions in the stock market says that it was never his thinking, never intricate thinking that made him big money, but his sitting tight and waiting. And that's what the paradox is. That's the paradox right there. Sitting tight and waiting is what will gravitate the money towards us, because in that way we are losing money professionally. We are limiting our exposure to the market. The market is so unpredictable and we have to limit exposure. I have to limit my exposure. So even on days like today, when I wanted to get into the market so bad and I wanted to just dip my toe in there and pass these funding challenges, I had to look further beyond what my emotions were saying right now and stick to my plan and have patience and wait to pick the easy fruit. I'm really just happy about beginning this YouTube journey and starting my process online of documenting my daily trading habits, because it will allow me to really get my thoughts off as a trader, and it will allow me to reassess everything that I do on the markets. And that is so important as a trader, to be a student of the market, a forever student of the market. And now I'll have these videos to look back on and reflect, as well as speaking to y'all will allow my brain to just recalibrate everything that I've done in my trading journey and just or throughout my trading day, and allow my brain to reaffirm and reassure myself that whenever I stuck to my plan, I did the right thing. Sticking to the plan and staying out of the market when my strategy is not there, when my setup is not there, is the right thing to do. And the more I say that, the more my subconscious mind will begin to believe that. So I'm just grateful for y'all. I'm grateful for YouTube for giving me this platform to document this, and all this will be here forever. So I'm excited to look back in the future and see where my consistency takes me. My mom looked at me yesterday and she said something that just hit me, and it resonated with me right away, because she was right, just like most of our moms are about us. And she looked at me and she just said, you're wasting time. You need to be focused on becoming the man that you are destined to be. You're wasting time. And I was just like, Mom, you're right. I did tell her that, but I left it at that, because she was more right than she could have ever imagined. I'm wasting time, and I really need to tap in to the future. I need to tap in to being consistent every single day so I can bear the fruits, not today, but in my future. YouTube, again, I'm grateful for y'all YouTube, just giving me the opportunity to share my story and to be able to keep up with my process and be able to just have something to track my consistency. And I'm just stoked to be able to have the chance to look back on this in the future whenever I am at the status that I believe that I will be as a trader. And it's gonna be awesome to see the consistency build up and the compounding effect really be proved true, as many other people have. I'm just glad I have had the opportunity to begin truly documenting 4 years down the road in my trading journey. But as I've said before, I'm 4 years down the road, but I feel like I'm year one. I feel like I'm just now year one in understanding the market. I feel like I just now am becoming a real trader. So I'm happy to say that, and I'm glad that you guys are here checking out my journey. Stick around, subscribe, like, and just ride this wave with me. Hit me up, you know, let's grow together. Let's do this thing. Trading is a lonely journey for a lot of people. So it's important to have an opportunity or have a way to talk about your thoughts and just talk about where your head is right now inside of your trading, what you need to improve on, what your goals are for the future, and such and such. But again, I thank you guys for checking in with me. We're gonna drop this video today. See y'all. Lose money professionally. Let's go.